This time on Street Rat Garage, we are back again with flipping vehicles to pay off my Jeep Wrangler. And this is our latest acquisition. Let's get into it. So as a lot of you know, I have a 2021 Jeep Wrangler that I am paying for. I put half cash down on it and I still owe another $15,000 on the vehicle. And I do not like payments. It's like, I don't know, I think it's $400 per month, and there's interest and all that other fun stuff. And it's no fun to have car payments. So I have been flipping cars to get rid of that debt. Now I did pause for a little while flipping cars because it was tax season and all the cars were going so high. There's just no way to, you know, make money off of it. And the last vehicle we bought was a, what year was it? Like an 03, 04 Chevy pickup truck. Well, it wound up having transmission issues and we actually lost some money on that. But we're at $2,000 of what we have after we lost a little bit of money on that deal. But we are back again. Prices are down because it's summertime now and nobody has any money because they spend it all on overpriced cars during tax refund season. So this is what we have today. This right here could possibly be the cheapest car that I have ever bought out of auction. A 1983 Chevy Chevette with, well, it only has a 5-place odometer, 41,000 miles. It definitely looks like at least 141,000, I'm gonna guess. This has a little 4-cylinder engine in it. It's just an Iron Duke. I can't remember if when they started putting those engines in, but I believe this is a 2.5 at least. What's it say up there? Nope, it's a 1.4 liter. It's a really small engine. This is probably the, I don't know, is this the smallest engine Chevy ever made? For quite a while, probably, but it's pretty solid. I mean, it's ugly. It's dirty, it's filthy. It was abandoned probably in an alleyway somewhere. The police came along and they tagged it, or the city of Indianapolis came along and tagged it. It didn't get moved. You can see the marks on the tires there. That's what they do. They come along and they mark your tires, and if you don't move it in like 72 hours, boom, they tow it away. They stick a sticker on it, all that fun stuff. And yeah, they tow your car away. So that's what happens. At least that's what happens when you live, you know, in the city. That's why we are out here in the middle of nowhere where nobody cares. And that's the reason I bought this place, because no one cares. We have 20 cars here and only a handful of them run. But back to the car, 1983 Chevy Chevette. I wasn't able to take you along when I bought this because, well, they don't want us filming there anymore because, you know, secrets, I guess. Anyway, I didn't have to do anything to this car. I put gas in it and a jump pack on it, and it just starts. It just runs. And it seems to run pretty good. I mean, it's got an exhaust leak, obviously. It's got a tiny, tiny engine that makes maybe 50 horsepower if we're lucky. And it's an automatic transmission, and it's got a bunch of smog control junk on it. So this is probably one of the most underpowered cars they've ever made. But they're iconic, and this guy left some stuff in it too. So we got stuff to clean out, we got floors to vacuum, and we don't have a whole bunch of brake as well. So we're gonna have to figure that out in order to get this running. Like I said, solid body, but it's all pitted up. Even if we buff this, it's not gonna look great. I don't know what to do about this paint. Probably just, maybe, I don't know. That's what, I don't know, just buff it and see how it looks and just go from there. Looks like they put primer on it, keep it from rusting, or at least over where they peeled the trim off of it. Wow, it's not great on the paint, but it's not rusty for a Midwest car. So let's just go ahead and get it backed into the garage here and at least clean it out a little bit. All right, well, we got the trash bag and we're gonna clean this out because most of this is probably just gonna be garbage, but The Chevy Chevette. It was more of a car of necessity, really. That's when they had all those fuel issues, fuel embargoes, all that other goofy stuff back in the 70s. And gas was going up. Not like it is today, you know. They were mad if gas hit $1 a gallon way back then. I don't know what gas was in 1976, but it's probably somewhere around $1, give or take. But they needed something more fuel efficient. They came up with this Chevette. It's got such a tiny little engine in it, and it like doesn't weigh anything. This car got 28 miles per gallon in the city and 40 miles per gallon on the interstate. That's actually pretty good. I mean, that's about Prius numbers. I mean, and that was back in the 70s. Of course, it's way underpowered. It's ridiculous. Well, we got cable TV stuff, TV stand, power cords, RCA jacks. You guys remember RCA jacks? Yeah, just a bunch of outdated garbage. What was this that I set up here? Oh, a DVD player. Wow, with RCA jacks. Not even, no, it does have an HDMI, so it's still usable. And I have DVDs still, so yeah, I guess we'll save that. This are wet clothes. These are moldy, so these go directly into the old trash bag. No recycling on that. Okay. Well, we do have is this a hunting chair? Tiny chair. Rattle cans of white paint that are all empty. We don't even get a little bit of spray paint. Anything else good in here? Okay, I just went ahead and pulled everything out. I mean, no, there's nothing good in here. A Christmas decoration, that's a little truck. I don't even want to keep that because I am already a bit of a hoarder. More clothes that are probably moldy into the trash. There was a bunch of handbags, a Tommy Hilfiger bag, which, you know, probably somebody would want. It goes in the trash. So that was probably an expensive bag to somebody at one point, but to the 3 ladies that watch this channel, sorry, but we're not keeping it. Oh, here's some, this is probably the best thing in here. There's some, looks like 1157 bulbs, some relays, yeah, a couple fuses. This is probably the best thing that's in the whole entire car. Now there's this Black & Decker jigsaw, which, you know, I have some of those already. There's always a jigsaw for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know what people are doing with jigsaws. Business cards. This box has a bunch of insurance stuff in it, like the guy was selling insurance. Apparently he didn't do so well. So they're in the car. And just some miscellaneous brackets. It almost looks like a, I don't know, almost looks like a engine stand, but not quite. I don't know what it is. It's not very sturdy, so into the scrap pile it goes. And yeah, that's it. There's nothing good in there besides the bulbs and maybe the jigsaw. So when I bought the Chevette, it didn't have any keys with it. I replaced the trunk latch and, not the trunk latch. I replaced the ignition switch. I didn't even know if it ran or not when I first got it. But it didn't have any keys for the trunk, so I just jumped inside. And fortunately, it's a hatchback, so I was able to come in there and remove this panel right here and get it from the backside. And if we look here, there's just a little pin here that kind of holds us in. There we go. Pull that out of the way. We might have to remove this trim piece, but anyway, that'll pull right on out of there. Yeah, there's another piece on the back there, but I'll get that out of there so we can just use the old screwdriver trick and remove, open the hatch there. I think we can just squeeze this guy out of here, maybe. I don't want to break this back. There it goes. There she is. So, I mean, if we wanted to, we could just order another one. But I think we'll let the next person deal with that. So, we have a way to open up the hatch. Just stick the screwdriver in there and line it up real good, and boom, it's open. It only has one shock on this. Chevettes were so cheap, they were stripped down. Everything was stripped off of these cars. On a lot of these years, if you wanted a mirror on the passenger side, that was extra. Notice this one doesn't have one. This one has an aftermarket radio on it. If you wanted a, AM, FM, that was extra. There are some models that doesn't even have an armrest on it. You would have had to order an armrest. It may come standard in this year, I'm not sure. And in that same year, the seat wasn't even adjustable on the passenger side. And they also had a rear seat delete on some of these cars as well. They would come with no rear seat. If you wanted a rear seat, that was extra. So you could get one for like $3,000, I think, was about the cheapest thing you could get for back in the day. Probably $5,000 later on down the road was the most expensive that you could buy them in the later years, such as this. I think these went to 1987, so they lost popularity. They started bringing out stuff like the Citation, which that didn't really last long. This lasted longer than the Citation did. And then they started bringing out those imported foreign cars and just putting their, name badge on it, like the Nova. You remember the Nova? That was a front-wheel drive hatchback four-door car. I don't know why they put that name on it, but they did. But that's when the old Chevette went away. They started making front-wheel drive cars as well. They never changed the Chevette over to a front-wheel drive car. That was the new thing, front-wheel drive cars. Everybody wanted a front-wheel drive, and that didn't help keep the Chevette around either. But this was a disposable car. You were just supposed to drive this for, until you stopped making payments on it, and then throw it away and go get another one. They made millions of these cars, but you don't see very many of them around anymore. All right, well, we got most of it cleaned out, all the junk here. That's the spare tire area. Look how easy it would be to get to the shocks, to change those out. At least something is simple. Well, just about everything was simple on the car like this. No big deal. It's got house speakers in it, so it probably didn't even come with a radio. We'll put that back. Yeah, whoop, there's a little bit more junk that we left that we didn't see. Yeah, it's filthy on the inside. Absolutely disgusting. I'm going to go ahead and hit it with the old vacuum and get this cleaned up a little bit. The dashboard's okay. There's the old ignition switch that I took out. That's a new one. Automatic transmission. It would have been a lot better to get a manual transmission in one of these. It's so gutless. Let's vacuum it out. Okay, it is nice and kind of clean on the inside. Those, man, those house stereo speakers, well, they got to go. Stereo probably doesn't work, haven't tried it, but it looks a lot better on the inside. We need to just hit what little vinyl there is and get that taken care of. Do the dashboard, that fun stuff, but those are the final touches. Now what needs to be done is buffer. Where's the buffer? I have no idea. Oh, there it is over there. So we're gonna hit this with the heaviest compound that we possibly can get. There's rust all on this, and it's not gonna come off. And there's primer on it that's not gonna come off, but we're gonna do our best to make this as shiny as possible. It would probably be easier to just hit this with some like linseed oil or Vice Grip Garage Shine Juice stuff, which is, you know, a lot of linseed oil in it, with some other stuff. But we'll go ahead and give this a try and see how she buffs out. This is the way you should do it anyway. Now we are all done with the buffing. I went ahead and ran it all the way around. It doesn't look great really at all. I mean, it looks better than it was before. So yeah, it's shiny with chips all through the paint instead of dirty with chips and little bits of rust all through the paint. So I did both sides. It's kind of dark on this side, you can't tell it as well, but see, shiny, primer, chips everywhere, swirl marks, scratch marks, where somebody sanded it before, trying to get the rust off, and shot some primer on it, but better, I guess. I guess there's not much to do besides get this lettering off of here. I got this razor blade, so I'm just going to go ahead and sit here, take this letters off, take the stickers off the other side, the impound stickers, all that stuff, hit it with a little glass cleaner, and then we'll look at the wheels. I bought some spray paint, and I want to make the rims look a little bit better. Having nasty, dirty rims on a car just, I don't know, just ruins the look altogether. So they put a lot of numbers on these cars for whatever reason, whatever these numbers mean, stock numbers. So there we go. Looking better already. Let me finish this up and then we'll have a look at the rims. Well, that should do it. I'm just finishing up the last of the glass. Got all of those numbers off of there. And that looks way better. There we go. Now you can see out of the windows. Much better. On to the wheels. Okay, it is time to get these wheels off. I had to struggle with the lug nuts there for a while because they're the kind that has a little chrome cap on them that swell up over the years, and then you can't get them off. You got to beat it on with a hammer, and it's a mess. Oh, these are tiny, such tiny little tires. It's like a go-kart. Is this 14? No, it's 13. P155 80 13. I don't know if you can get much smaller than that, but it is small. I'm not going to get too heavy into this. I'm just going to smack it around a little bit with this wire brush and then hit it with a little silver paint. That's it. Not going to take but maybe 2 minutes. Just knock some of the rust off of it so it doesn't look too bad. Oh, okay. I know I got the fan on and it's a little bit loud, but it is so hot. I need the fan. I'm gonna bake. I just got done wire brushing the wheels. I put a little glass cleaner on it, and we're just gonna clean up the wheel, clean up the tire, and hit it with a little bit of paint and some Black Magic tire dressing. Let's see how that looks. These white walls, they're kind of scuffed up a little bit. They're not going to be great, but nothing about this car is great, but everything is okay. All right, let's hit it with a little bit of paint, shall we? So I'm going to be lazy some more, and I don't want to like tape off the wheel or anything. So I'm going to go ahead and apply the tire dressing, which is a lot of silicone, all around the tire. The paint, well, it's not going to stick to the tire dressing. So any paint that we do get on the tire, in theory, should just wipe off. So get this all, just don't get it on the rim, or it's not going to stick to the rim. Get it all around the outside perimeter, all around the tire. And then we're going to grab our paint can here. Oops. Rip the sprayer top off. How come that always happens when you take the lid off? And, oh crap, that does not look good. It looks like Kentucky chrome. It's supposed to be just like a silver. Ew. Ew. Oh my gosh. I'm hating it already. Oh crap. Oh, that looks awful. That is not, that's not that. That's like, it's supposed to be gray. That's like chrome in a can. Oh, that's nasty. Oh, that's so nasty. Oh well. Anyway, go back here and wipe off the extra. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Maybe we can just use it as a primer, a base coat. Come in with something else later. Yuck. Oh, that's awful. Well, I'm gonna stick it back on there and pretend we didn't do that. Okay, well, I don't hate it as much as I probably should. It looks better. It definitely looks better, 100% better, but not what I wanted, but exactly what I'm getting. There, it's all done on the other side. So there you go. Tires and rims are chrome spray painted. I don't know. It's better, I guess. So let's check into those brakes. We don't have very good brakes. So to me, it feels like we don't have any master cylinder, or we don't have fluid or something. So let's go ahead and check here. And our back reservoir is it's empty. There's nothing there. Can you see? Not a thing in there. Man, we should have cleaned that up. Oh, that looks nasty. But let me get some brake fluid and fill that up, see if we got leaks. All right. Pour this guy in there. I mean, obviously you must have a leak. It's going somewhere, but we don't know how long it's been sitting. But even if it's sat for 5 years, the battery says December of 2020, which I mean would be 21. I mean, even if it's had a brand new battery put in and it's sat all that time, it really shouldn't have leaked that much fluid out. So that may have been the reason that they parked it. So we will go ahead, we got it filled up, and we will pump. And I'm hearing a little something. Let's see if brake fluid's going in somewhere. Yep. There's a hole in the brake line. So Definitely not going to fool with that today, but I don't know if we're going to fix that at all. We might just sell it and disclose the fact that it has a hole in a brake line. I mean, it has, let's see, it has back brakes. Yeah, the rear reservoir goes to the front reservoir goes to the back for whatever reason, but we just have rear brakes. Ugh. If you pump it, it fires up easier. I didn't pump it. And it has an exhaust leak on it, but I'm thinking we're gonna sell this as a project car. I think we should go around the block and check it out though. Make sure all the gears shift, make sure, you know, at least make it around the block. All right, we are ready to go on our little joyride to see how well this thing does. Let's hit it. All right, now we're ready. Let's just pull out here. They're doing a bunch of tree trimming. All the tree trimmer guys are just staring at the Chevette because they're like, oh, we used to have one of those way back in the day. So that's pretty much everybody. If you're 40 years old or older, you're gonna have a story. It's like, I had one of those. That was my first car. My mom used to take me to the grocery store in that car, or to school in that car, or whatever. You got a story about a Chevette, just like having a Volkswagen. A cheap, affordable car back in the 70s. That's what everybody needed. She's actually running remarkably well. I am surprised at how well this runs. The transmission shifted through all the gears. It's not shaky, it's not swerving all over the road. It's doing exactly what a Chevette's supposed to do. We just don't have very good brakes. We got brakes, rear ones, and that's good enough. I guess if we put this up for sale and we list all the problems that's with it, you know, it's got a cracked windshield, bad wiper blades, the exhaust has a leak in it, that brake line. We sell it as is and we don't have to put any money into it. We can still make money without having to spend any money. Right now, with the cleaning materials and even putting in how much gas we use to tow it up here, it should be just under $500. It was, what I say, $425 for the auction fees on this thing, or the auction and the fees. $425. That's cheap. I'm pretty sure we didn't use $75 worth of supplies and gasoline to bring it up here, but we'll round it off to $500. $500 even is what we have into this car, so nice. Well, I'm going to turn here, finish going around the block, and we will hit it up with some traveling music, which is, you know, the exact same music that we always play. Here we go. All right, well, we made it around the block, which is, you know, like a whole 2 miles. It did just fine. It didn't get hot. It did all of the car stuff, all the Chevette stuff, you know, drove down the street very economically. That's about what these cars do. These go about maybe 80 at the most, and you're really pushing it at that, but it'll do highway speeds eventually. I think the quarter-mile time is like in the 20s somewhere. I'm pretty sure at like 65 miles an hour. So it'll take you about a quarter mile floorboarded to get up to highway speeds, but you'll get there eventually. So the plan is right now just to sell it as is, not put any more money in it, so we can you know, get as much money as we can without having to spend any more money. So it would be ideal to get $2,000 out of it. What do you think? Probably not. Me neither. So 1,500 bucks, probably more like it. I mean, if we can make $1,000 profit off of this car just by cleaning it up, painting the rims, changing the ignition switch. I forgot to add that into the price. It was like 20 bucks. No big deal. We're still like $500 in. So that's it. We did all the stuff. It's clean. It's shiny rust. Everything kind of works on it. Nothing left to do but to put it up for sale and see if we can't make a little extra profit off this. So this is a winner. This will make money no matter what. So we got to get over that loss of our pickup truck, get our money back, make some money, and then buy something a little bit better. I think we may buy a normal car next time and maybe not a classic. But I like buying classic cars because people aren't expecting perfect like they are with, you know, a used car they need to get around. So somebody's not going to buy, I don't think somebody would buy this as their daily driver, but yeah, they might. But somebody's expecting to buy this and to put some money into it and make it their own. So that's what we're selling them. We're selling them a project. It is a project car. So they're going to expect to do some work. So I'm going to list this next episode on flipping cars to pay off my Jeep. I'll tell you how much we got for this, and I will show you our next project. So that is going to wrap it up for this episode of Street Rag Garage. Until next time.